Director and stuff like that. Just come on.
How's it going?
Good.
Excellent.
So Keanu, I'll start with you then. I think your participation in this project is something that maybe people are a little surprised by at first. And so I'm wondering, what was sort of your kind of point of entry for this topic? Is it something you just kind of witnessed in your own just working life?
Yeah, as one of the founding members of Side by Side, Chris and I were working on a film called Henry's Crime. I guess it's late summer, early fall, 2010, and we were in we were doing the DI, which is basically, we shot photochemically, they digitized it, scanned it, digitized it, and then they color corrected on a screen, not this big, do all the color and balance and everything, and then you have to put it back, you have to match the photochemical image to the digital image. And so we were doing that process. We had a timer and a colorist behind us, and Paul Cameron, the cinematographer, was there, and he was showing me images on a 5D that he had shot for a commercial. And the director, Malcolm Venville, was telling me about working on commercials and shooting with digital cameras. And you want to take it from there?
Sure. So it just seemed like a real moment in time where a big shift was happening in, Hollywood feature movies. Things that had normally been always shot on film were now starting to go digital, and it was starting to be accepted, whereas a couple years before, if you were shooting digital, it was because you didn't have the budget, or it was an independent movie, or you were trying to push the edge of the technology or something like that, and all of a sudden it was movies that would normally be shot on film were starting to go digital, and we were like, this is a real tipping point we're at. And Keanu asked me, do you want to direct a movie about this? And I said, sure.
Yeah, I was just sitting in that room at one moment, and I was like, film's gonna go away, and that hit me, and I wanted to find out why and how, and Chris, I'd seen his documentary, and I was like, you want to go check this out?
And I said, yeah, and then I went home and I had like a panic attack, because I'm like, no one's gonna want to watch a movie about digital and film. It's like a snooze fest. But so one of the goals was to make it, entertaining as well as informative, and hopefully people were engaged in it. So.
And then once you decided to make the film, where did you go? What did you do next? Did you just start talking to people, or was there a certain period of research just for the two of you to understand some of the historical things that are in the film? Like, what did you do once you started the project?
It was a little both. We did a lot of research and sort of coming up with ideas of how we're going to present this. What is this movie going to be? So we knew that we had a lot of questions, and we kind of made a wish list of who would be the best people in the world we could actually sit down with and pick their brains and find out their opinion on these questions. So we made that list, and we also researched and kind of talked to people to find out the milestones of the digital technology.
Yeah, I just remember getting that folder that had like every digital camera, every film that camera was ever used in, who was the cinematographer, and it was just these great we were like, well, we better talk to that person, the first digital image.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first things we did was, we went back to digital camera as a CCD chip, researching that. Oh, these guys just won the Nobel Prize for creating the CCD chip, which they did in the 60s. George Smith and Willard Boyle, who you see, in that kind of old-timey clip up there. So we went out to New Jersey. George Smith was speaking at, I don't remember where, someplace out there, just to a small group of people. We went out, we talked to them, we told them we were making this movie and what we were doing. So we tried to really trace it from the beginning. But as we started to interview people and talk to people, a lot of the puzzle pieces and things started to fall into place. New, people to chase down popped up. Anthony Dodd Mantle was a guy who, we kind of realized that celebration was a key moment. And then 28 days later was a key moment where they used, this other prosumer camera, and then Slumdog Millionaire. And as we look, it's like Anthony Mantle, this guy shot all of these. We should probably talk to him.
And now, did you find that for both of you, I mean, film versus digital is something that I think, especially for film professionals, people have a surprisingly emotional response to that idea. And for each of you, did you come from a place of kind of starting the project either pro-film or pro-digital? Like, where were you kind of emotionally starting the project?
We were side by side. I was like he would, nostalgic, romantic film. I was more like, what are we losing? And Chris was like, yeah, but what are we gaining? Digital. Not that you don't appreciate film.
It's true. I think we both understood, hopefully, both sides of it, but I think it helped make the movie when someone's driving this question. He's always like, well, what are we losing? You have to put that in the movie. And I was like, you can't just show all the wonderful things. So I think it kind of helped, hopefully, make kind of a balanced movie.
And then did you find that for